Like the video and subscribe to our channel right now and get 1 week of amazing luck. Welcome to the cat vs. dog wars of ages past. The enduring feud that has lasted for generations and kept people in their homes on the edge of their seats. Who said a rivalry that dates back to the beginning of time couldn't be amusing? Hold on to your seats and get ready for a humorous and pun-filled ride, because this war is far from done, because dogs are not always the victorious ones in this epic struggle. Even the fiercest canines aren't always ready for feline fury. Here are 12 times dogs mess with the wrong cat. Number 10. Munchkin cat fights Chihuahua dog. The name of the small dog breed, known as a Chihuahua, comes from the state of Chihuahua in Mexico, where the locals initially bred them. They are frequently described as lively, alert, and enthusiastic, and despite their diminutive size, they have a lot of spunk and love to play. These dogs are recognized for their small size and large personalities. It's difficult to resist falling in love with these small little dogs because of their large ears and eyes, but this cat doesn't seem to agree with that statement at all. Chihuahuas are also known for their devotion to their owners. The adorable little Chihuahua seemed to want to interact with the gray cat, but the cat was planning to unwind and enjoy some alone time until the dog abruptly interfered. The cat's ears are pressed back, indicating that it is extremely agitated. However, even to us, it is clear that the cat wants to be left alone and that the dog doesn't appear to comprehend what is happening. Number 9. A cat hits a dog in the face. This video sums up the differences between cats and dogs to a T. The cute white puppy with charming brown patches is anxious to play, while the large tabby cat is obviously not in the mood for it. This pup refuses to give up on its mission despite being repeatedly struck in the face and his stat by its feline counterpart. It's a humorous illustration of how differently these two species communicate with one another. I assume that there is something that all pet owners can relate to. The dog wants to play and bond with the cat, as dogs typically do, but the cat wants to be left alone, so things are going to become messy. The dog is particularly adorable in this situation since it assumes the submissive stance, even though it is not the dog's fault nor the cat's fault, because they both need and want quite different things. This indicates that it has no desire to rule the cat. It simply wants to play and enjoy itself. By the end of the video, the cat is unfortunately not up for it. When the dog begins to accept defeat, it simply looks at its owner with utter despair and anguish on its face before shaking and moving on to the next stimulus. Number 8. Mama cat chases stray dogs to protect their kitten. It's remarkable to see the love, courage, and strength that moms have when it comes to defending their children. Parenthood is a powerful and beautiful thing. A cute mother cat fiercely defended her young from 3 large stray dogs in a recent sight in a small town, providing the best illustration of this. The canines appeared to be closing in on the hapless child, making the situation urgent. However, out of nowhere, Mama Kitty appeared. She summoned all of her strength into a furball of wrath and charged at the fearsome animals without any hesitation. They instantly retreated because they realized that even 3 against 1 could not defeat such a fierce determination. Don't mess with a mother's child, obviously, or you'll discover how far their love goes. Mama cats are no exception when it comes to demonstrating the strength of the maternal instinct. So let this story serve as motivation for young people everywhere who may be unsure of who they are or what they are capable of. Number 7. Little dog runs from cats. When this French bulldog chose to bark loudly at the house cat, it was in over its head. At first, the kitty seems unaffected by the situation, displaying that almost psychopathic lack of emotions that cats are so famous for. It worked when they said, "I know you were talking to me, but I'm going to act like you're not here to irritate you even more." The Frenchie continues to bark without stopping. When the cats finally had enough, they launched a lightning-quick attack, and the dog quickly submitted to their captors. The Frenchie is now cornered and howling bloody murder while the other dogs are doing their best to stay out of the scene. The dog managed to climb up on the couch to seek protection. Even though French bulldogs are not the world's biggest, strongest, or most athletic canines, they are nevertheless much stronger than a cat, who somehow manages to rule the French bulldogs. Number 6. Wild cats attacking dog. Anyone fighting multiple foes at once will always lose the war. The unfortunate dog is greatly outnumbered in this situation, regardless of the size or strength disparity. He basically did nothing wrong other than simply existing there, which, as we all know all too well, is frequently the greatest crime to cats. On a sunny day, a couple was feeding stray cats in a park. They were doing their good deed for the day in a calm manner. One stray dog was also surrounded by cats. Neither was acting aggressively or dangerously. However, out of the blue, one of the cats decided that the dog's presence there was unacceptable. Once one of them activated attack mode, the others did so one by one. In an attempt to hurt the dog's eyes, the first cat even leapt on his face. That is a cruel maneuver if I've ever seen one. Although there were at least 15 cats around and they were all very spunky that day, the dog is obviously much bigger and stronger. Being the crazy animals that they are, the cats quickly forgot about the dog and began fighting among themselves. Number 5. A dog that is humiliated by some cats. This poor elderly dog didn't understand what it was heading into. People frequently claim that ginger cats have a lot of personality and temper, and this video proves that they are correct. Look at the large black dog who went to explore an alley only to discover that it was the domain of a pack of ginger cats. Despite being much bigger and stronger than the dog, the cats literally overwhelmed him in a matter of seconds. The gang apparently felt uneasy about the dog being on their property, so they chose to shoot first and ask questions later. And to be perfectly honest, it was successful. The cats obviously prevailed because I strongly doubt that dog would go near that alley anytime soon, which was probably what the cats wanted in the first place. Initially, there were 3 ginger kittens. Later, a gray tabby cat joined, and boy is he vicious. The stray cats didn't appear to bother much because they are accustomed to people and are not backing down, but the dog was so outnumbered and overpowered that his owner had to step in. Who said that dogs are better animals for protection? Go get yourself a gang of cats and nobody will ever mess with you. Number 4. The dog is afraid of the cat and runs. Dogs and cats have different instincts, mannerisms, and ways of communication, among other differences. Due to their pack nature and strong need for social interaction with both humans and other dogs, dogs are frequently said to as man's best friend. Unlike cats, who are more independent and lonely than dogs and typically content to be left alone, dogs are exceptionally loyal, obedient, and trainable. In contrast, cats are more autonomous and solitary creatures. Additionally, they have an innate desire to defend their territory, which can occasionally manifest as aggressive behavior in response to perceived threats like needy or playful dogs who intrude into their personal space. It's crucial to keep in mind that each cat and dog is unique and could have a variety of personalities and temperaments. While some cats and dogs might get along nicely, others might not with the right training and socialization. Cats and dogs can also learn to live in harmony together in the same home. In general, cats and dogs interact with the world and humans differently, which can explain their distinctions and the possibility of conflicts between the two species. Hopefully, though, it only results in a somewhat traumatized dog and not too much trouble. Number 3. Cat beats up the dog. This poor doggo appears to be entirely submissive to the cat he must share space within his house. We've all witnessed a large dog fleeing at the sight of a small cat, terrifying them. The ideal illustration of the idiom, living with the enemy. Then why don't pets and dogs, especially the ones that should get along since they share a home, don't seem to be able to simply live in peace and harmony? The basic explanation is that they are distinct species. Who amongst you is unaware of that? I know, but consider it. These two species are not only dissimilar, they are opposed in every way, from their body language to their requirements and habits. Actually, the only thing they have in common is that humans enjoy having both of them as pets. For instance, a dog will nearly always approach you and utterly disregard your personal space when it wants to play. When a cat says, "Back off, I'm not in the mood," a dog just doesn't grasp the message and refuses to budge, which leads to the incident described below. A cat, on the other hand, values their personal space above everything. The cat reacts aggressively and the dog is utterly confused. Number 2. Epic Cats Chases Dog. Two domestic cats are chilling outside their home next to a parked boat on a road in the beginning of the video, which is really peaceful and wonderful. Even through the screen, you can smell the blossoms, so it is obviously a spring day. A brown dog approaches the cats above it to say hello, and as people go closer to them, the dog begins to wag its tail and the cat gets a good sniff. They appear to get along well. Everything is going swimmingly, up until an unleashed border collie jumps out of nowhere and startles the cats. The black and white cat's quick reflexes cause it to respond nearly instantly, which the kitties of course did not enjoy one bit. The border collie, whose tail is now between its legs, flees while it is being pursued. The brown dog becomes quite agitated as she watches the altercation as two women can be heard laughing in the distance. When the gray tabby assumes control and makes clear that he means business, the dog appears to realize it made a big error and begins to escape. He assaults the border collie from behind, which is not a very honorable action given that the dog was already running away, but in any case, I believe the cats won this one without a doubt. Number 1. A cat leaves the wedding and goes to fight with the dogs. This sweet stray on her special day, when it decided to attempt a wedding while wearing white, Kitty was undoubtedly attempting to steal the vibrant thunder. However, nobody at the party seemed to notice the cat's disregard for wedding protocol. In fact, they all seemed to find it extremely amusing. They petted the little cat and even took pictures with it. The only suitable wedding crasher was the cat's, which was a huge smash. Some little canines tried to approach the crowd of people after a while of being the center of attention and appearing in family photos and in the groom's arms. The cats weren't having it, regardless of the fact that the canines were probably the pets of some of the guests or other partygoers. It immediately sprang out of the groom's arms and single-handedly chased the dogs away. People frequently claim that you adopt yourself, not cats.